Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet. Cars, DIY, and adventures. I made the executive decision to switch to Bauer, the store brand from Harbor Freight. Let's take a peek at what I have. Okay, this is the Bauer 20-volt lithium-ion 10-inch bar and chain chainsaw. Now I have a really big Echo chainsaw, a 2-cycle, and a Stihl chainsaw, a 2-cycle. What I like about this is I have a lot of trees on this lot. Lots of limbs fall. This should just be really quick to pull out, and if I do it a little earlier in the morning, it's not going to be as noisy. So that is kind of exciting to me. So let's set up the little 10-inch chainsaw here. It comes with, I don't know what this is here. Type of adapter. We'll dig into that in a second. The instruction manual. Little box here. Okay, so then you have your chainsaw bar and blade. So the weight of this, it's nothing significant. It looks like you do have to put oil in here, blade oil. You should use chainsaw oil because it's a little more texture. It won't sling as much. Don't tell anybody, but sometimes I've used motor oil, but it slings everywhere and it's not as good. But sometimes on those old chainsaws, that's all I had. But I do have proper bar oil for this one, and that's critical. If you don't put it on there, it's not gonna cut right, and it's gonna degrade your blade and everything else. Little cover, the blade. This is just a 10-inch. Remember, 10 inches. So if you got to get a new chain for this, it's not that big of a deal. Or even if you got to get a new bar, because you can easily get a replacement. This is exactly the same type that I would have on a non-electric. And when you put the blade on, it just kind of sits in there like so. And then when you put it in, you can tighten it, because you don't want to have tons of gap. You want it to be kind of snug, but a little bit of give. Let's go ahead and use 30 amp hour battery or greater. I think I said 30 amp hour. It's 3 amp hour, 3.0. I'm using a 5 AH battery, which is a 5 amp hour battery for this. It's fully charged. I'm using the Bauer 20-volt lithium-ion. This is one of the reasons why I'm excited for this, because I'm going to be switching to a majority of Bauer battery tools because of the price. 100% because of the price. You put your chain oil in here. Let's see what's in this package here. I wasn't too sure what this was. Oh, they give you some bar oil. Look at that. So I guess I just use what they give initially. That's nice of them. Bar and chain oil. So they give you some. Thumbs up. We'll use this to get started. Take a look at the instructions here. Lots of disclaimers and safety, lots of safety. Setup talks about how to put the chain on, and the important thing is it gives you this little picture here where you want like the cutter like this to go that way. So if you look at this guy, like that's what's cutting, and that goes up. So you want to follow that. Eventually this is going to wear off though, but you want to know that this is the direction of the chain. This here. when you're looking at it, this high part is in the back because it's going to, you know, rotate that way. If you flip it, this is going to be hitting the wood and it's not going to cut. See what else it says here. Putting the chain on, the bar support blade. It looks like you can tighten this. Before, soak the chainsaw in bar oil overnight. I didn't do that. I've actually never did that, so we'll do just a little bit of cutting. Loosen the tension knob and remove the drive cover, which is this guy here. So loosen this. The cover is gonna come off. So you take that little cover off. I'm used to having like a screw in here that you tighten these with, so let's just keep looking. Attach the bar support plate securely using the screw through one of the holes. So you're seeing this live as I do it. So I have the blade all ready to go on, and it looks like this is actually going to tighten and go in and out. Well, a traditional chainsaw, you take a screwdriver and like push this little flathead screw and it will make the blade come farther out to tighten the chain or go farther in. So when you have it set up, you're gonna wanna put your chain on like so and kind of keep that in the back. I would just take your hand and just hold it like that. And then you're gonna lay that on just like so. So I'm not sure how much you can see here, but hopefully you can see a little bit. And when you do that, you're then gonna take this guy, I'm gonna pull tension out with my right hand on the blade, and then this goes back on, and it seems as though this is how it's going to actually tighten that chain. So it certainly does. Don't mind the honeybee landing on me. Yeah, so that's how it actually tightens the chain. So you can see here, that's on there. I'm probably gonna loosen it just a little bit because you want a little bit of give, but that's ultimately how you're gonna do it. And that gives you pretty much what you need. So that's kind of a nice feature. I mean, they make this thing pretty darn easy to use. If you over tighten it like this, then, you know, it's going to be so tight your chain probably won't adequately move. That's too loose. That's kind of your sweet spot right there, where I can lift it a little bit, but that chain isn't coming out. So no tools required at all. So this is definitely good for the homeowner. Let's go ahead and put this back on just so I don't do anything crazy. And let's look at the next step here. So, I mean, like from unboxing it, but I didn't soak it like they recommended. But I'll go ahead and dump some oil on that bad boy when I get going. They just don't want you to be using too dry of a blade. So we got that blade on. Replace the drill cover, use a gloved hand to pull the guide forward. Tension knob just until it's snug, like I showed you. Find a solid surface so that the guide bar is pressed firmly against the surface, and tighten it. So that's what I did here. This is just the bottom of my tractor. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's 2 seconds to change out the chain, or to put a new one in. And they give you an idea, like you don't want any sagging. You know, you want to give it a little bit, but you don't want tons of sagging. Use heavy-duty gloves. It should snap back against the bar, so you can pull it down, but it snaps back. No sagging. Snagging's going to give you a broken chain. all kinds of instructions of how to cut. That's pretty much it. Let's put this oil in that they gave us. Nice, they gave some bar oil. I wasn't expecting that. It's so muddy right now. Anything I drop just gets muddy because it's the end of winter and the ground is thawing. Let's go ahead and dump this in. This seems like a lower grade bar and chain oil than what I'm used to. It does not seem as sticky as what I'm used to. But that fills it up to just below the neck. And this is just a little tiny 3.4 ounce bottle that they give you. I've never used any Bauer battery tools. So this is actually the first. After this we'll do the pole saw, and then after this we'll do the drills. And then you just put your, I feel like this cover's kind of janky. It has a guide too here, actually. It's just below full. So that's kind of nice. You can read through it. Put the battery in. It just slides in like so. It snaps back. You have a little button here that you press in. And that's going to let you. Let's find some stuff to cut. So what I intend to use this for is just like these little tiny sticks and stuff. Well, I really don't want to bring out a big chainsaw. Let's see how it goes. Get a little bit closer. Seems like it cut just fine, if you ask me. Seems to be cutting okay. Let's go find something a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's go find some bigger sticks and maybe even a log. So this one is a little bit bigger. Seems to have cut it okay. Let's do this side here. Seems to go through a-okay if you ask me. Now as far as the battery goes, still fully charged. So there's a tree that snapped just on that side of the property. Let's drive over and see how it does on a tree. Now I say tree, it's more like a big branch that fell. let's see how it does on this. So this branch, I would say the diameter is about that of a football. So it's definitely very big for a 10-inch Bauer chainsaw, but I think it will cut through it in small chunks. Let's try it. First, let's take off this old branch. So that was no issue there. Let's take a look at it. That's the depth of what it cut. So about the palm of my hand. Battery is still at 3, which is great. And it cut through that just fine. Take a look at these pieces. So this is green wood. It's not that old, but you can see it's nearly the height of my hand in terms of the chainsaw blade. That gives you some good perspective there. But it ate through this pretty easy. No significant issues at all. And you can see this one a little bit wider. So not bad. I definitely saw a lot of the chain oil being shot off also. Then we have that piece. As you're doing this, stop. Make sure you're not getting any unnecessary tension and big gaps. So, tighten it a little bit. I'm gonna go on the other side here and cut up some more of that tree. Okay, so let's cut more of this tree up. So this gives you an example of what I've been cutting in terms of this quick demonstration. You can see the widths, and that little Bauer chainsaw does quite a good job. So for my application here, I have absolutely no complaints in terms of what it does. So overall, I really do enjoy the Bauer 10-inch chainsaw. I find that it's lightweight, the batteries lasted good, and so far I think it's a pretty good saw. Let's take a closer look at some of what I chopped up. So you can see I got a little tractor bucket of stuff of various widths and dimensions, and it ate through all of this stuff just fine. Let's take a look at the blade here. Chain is still on. You can see it has some nice oil residue on it. It used quite a bit of the chain oil. It was just below full. Now it's basically a medium. This is the 5 amp hour 20 volt battery. Let's see how much life is left on the battery. You can see with it being in the sun. Let's go down here. So you can see it still has 3 dots on the battery. Okay, so that is the Bauer chainsaw test. Stay tuned. I'm going to do the pole saw next and some of the drills in my continued quest to switching to Bauer battery-powered tools, yard tools, and shop tools. So this is episode 2 of the chainsaw. Stay tuned for episode 3 with the pole saw.